Howdy folks, this is Keith Bowen and this is Hard Rock University. Now today we're putting up some fencing around some mine openings as mandated by the Arizona Mine Inspector's Office. The problem is the mine openings are up there. Now, there's only one way to get all the fencing materials up there, and that's to hand carry them. The question is it easier to go from the dump straight up the hill, which is very steep and rugged, or haul them across here and up around there, which is a much longer distance, but a lot shallower slope? We shall see. There is Randy, right up there. And that gives you an idea of the scale. What fun. Now here is one of these mine openings. They were stoping up here. And to give you an idea where we are, there's the pickup truck down there. The view is extraordinary. Can't argue with that. But the hike sucks the big one. So, all we have to do to finish off this particular operation
fall down
is bring about another 15 of those suckers up here and fence this beast off. Okay, lesson in how to walk a side hill. This is just a moderate side hill here. It's not too bad. We're going down to that dump right there. This is where we're starting up this hill. As you can see, it gets steeper as it goes. So, from that point there to here, we're pretty much just going to walk direct line. Then we'll switch back and go up to there. And then we'll be going up there, switching up to the top of that ridge. And then we switch back all the way to the top of the hill. Unless you're a young whippersnapper with really strong legs, going straight up a hill is extremely exhausting. Worse when you're carrying a load as we are today with the fencing materials. When you're walking on a side hill, it's useful if you have a walking stick. The reason is you have 3 points of contact. So if any one slips, you still got 2 to somewhat balance on while you regain your balance. If you're just walking and this foot slips, unless you're balanced on this one, you're screwed. You're going down. By having 3 points of contact, I'm now pushing there. Another thing is if you're going directly downhill, you can plant it ahead of you and using your arm to press against it, break your action. You can also use it to probe bushes for snakes and stuff if needed. Now when walking across a side hill, don't step on top of the rock because the rock can move like that. What you would do is, see there's a rock right there. Step just uphill of the rock because the rock tends to hold the soil underneath it. Same with this bush right here. If you step on top, it tends to be undercut on the far side and you're going to tend to slip. Step above it and the roots hold the soil. So plant the stick, your foot, another foot, stick, foot, foot, stick, foot, foot. Now you will notice here you can't see the ground. This is just grass with the occasional cat claw, but you're actually doing it by feel. You're putting your foot down, seeing if it's got good traction, and going from there. Not much you can do about it. Am I straying high here? Looks like it. Too busy videotaping. This is cat claw. It has this nasty tendency to give you little scrapes and cuts. That's why they call it cat claw. And it's not a bad idea to wear what they call snake gaiters. They're kind of shields for your lower legs. In the South, they use them to protect from snakes. They'll do that here also. But they also protect you from all this low-lying, scratchy, itchy thingies. So that's a quick lesson in how to walk a side hill. Okay, so we've now driven the posts in on this side here, and we still got to drive the ones on the other, and then run the wire. And now we have the fence around this thing. That little blue thing is the back of a sign, warning sign, another warning sign. The specifications call for posts every 12 feet, no more than 12 feet, with stays in between, or no more than 8 feet without stays. So there it is. Exciting. So here we are back at camp. We've gotten the first mine dealt with, the violations all fenced off. It only took us 2 days. That was because of all the freaking hiking of supplies up to the top of the hill. And you got two Weezer geezers here. I'm 60 and he's 62. So we just don't move as fast as those young whippersnappers do. A little worse for wear. And we're now going to shift positions by about 10 miles. Go get a hot meal in town. And go set up at the next location, get ready. We may do something tonight, we may not. We'll see. We may just camp out. On to the next one. And here we have another opening completed, all the way up around the top. And as you can see, it's a fairly steep hillside and a fairly big opening. So for safety's sake, what I did around the top was I took the time to dig a little ledge so that we could work on flat ground and not risk sliding and possibly plummeting to our death. Safety first. It would be ironic getting killed putting in safety features. And ironically enough, less than an hour after I said those words, my brother and I were both showing signs of dehydration. And in fact, his got fairly severe. We decided to break off the work for the day, even though we were almost completed with this work area, and I would just have to finish it off next week. Went home, and when he went to the hospital the next day, he was actually in kidney failure. So safety first really does apply. We were drinking Gatorade, drinking water, but I guess just not drinking enough. Anyhow, he seems to be on the mend now, etc. But when you start feeling bad, especially when you're old like we are, take it seriously. It could have been fatal. Anyhow, after our little misadventure here, I hired a couple of young folks to help us out. One guy I worked with and somebody I'd never known before, but was a friend of a friend. And used the young bucks to do the harder work and just kind of supervised and showed them what needed to be done and finished off the job. So old geezers have decided it's better to pay young whippersnappers to do the hard work.
Look at Bob Saget over here.
And here's the opening, fully enclosed. Signed, and the whole 9 yards. And here are the rest of the openings we completed over the next 3 days.